Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Wrestling, a wrestling podcast. I'm Jamie with my gorgeous husband,
Mark.
Hello.
I jumped the gun already.
That's okay.
I've ruined the podcast.
Nope.
Shutting the doors. We're done.
Nope. It's the two of us again. Surprise, surprise. And we are back with another episode of Coffee and Wrestling. With a new coffee. I'm sorry. I got
Is
excited.
it a new coffee?
Yeah.
Well, new to them.
Yeah.
What's our coffee? We didn't bring the bag.
We didn't bring the bag. It is, I believe, Kicking Horse Coffee was what it was. And pretty delicious.
It's not bad. It's got some tastes. I guess I'm just used to really cheap, shitty coffee.
Yeah.
We buy the largest quantity for the least amount of money.
Best bang for your buck.
Pretty much. And it's not that we prefer it. It's just I think we've drank it for so many years that it's one of those things that we just tolerate it, and it's what our taste buds are used to. So anything beyond that tastes different. But this is good. I was pleasantly surprised with it.
Yes, it is Kicking Horse Coffee. The name of the actual coffee we're drinking is called Smartass.
Smartass. Which is perfect for this podcast.
That's why I picked it.
So anyways, with this podcast, we are talking completely about AEW's All Out pay-per-view coming up. We are going to do a Clash of the Cat at the Castle episode.
/ WWE episode that we'll probably be recording tomorrow.
But for
tonight,
tonight,
that will be out in a few days.
But for tonight, we're only going to focus on All Out.
Correct.
So
the average 5-hour pay-per-view that it usually is when it comes to AEW.
Do you think it's going to be another 5 hours?
They've already it's been consistent.
They've already got 9 matches announced.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're going to have any more. I mean, we don't know who's going to be for the trios tag match, but we'll get to that. We will get to that. That's an entire talking point all on its own.
Well, first and foremost, let's just say that they always have a pre-show. And although the pre-show is
I haven't heard anything about the
official, yeah, there's going to be a couple last minute, 2-3 matches that make the pre-show.
Of course.
I want to say Revolution was like 14 matches or something ridiculous.
It was
we were
long.
There. It was 5 hours.
We were talking about that last time.
Yeah, it was super long. So I have a feeling this is going to be a very similar situation.
But
yes, currently
who do you think's
9.
going to start the pay-per-view? I mean, I guess let's go over the matches that we do know for the time being.
Sure.
We've got well, of course, we've got the tournament for the inaugural AEW World Trios Championship.
Yes, still to be determined.
Which should be determined on Wednesday and Friday.
That is correct.
I don't know if they're doing them 1-1. I think they're doing. That's right. They are having Will Ospreay and Aussie Open versus the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega on Wednesday.
Correct.
So
that will leave Best Friends to face Dark Order.
Who do you think is going to win that one? Best Friend. I mean, I understand you're thinking Best Friends going all the way. So you think they're still going to beat Dark Order?
Honestly, I would be very, very, very happy for the Dark Order to win.
Right.
We kind of talked about this off podcast.
Off camera.
But I mean, I love Dark Order. I think it would be really cool to give one of the original AEW groups, not that they were there from the get-go, but very original AEW groups, a shot, because I think a lot of people didn't expect them to win the last match, let alone win the trios belt.
100%. I love the Dark Order, and I'm a big Preston Vance fan. But
Johnny Hungy, Alex Reynolds, I love them. They're all fantastic.
I had no confidence in them winning that match. I thought it was going to go to the House of Black, but honest to God, once Miro's music hit, it made complete sense why Dark Order won.
I went, there you go. Miro's going to be doing the whole House of Black, spiel. This is a perfect time for the Dark Order to win, and they did. And I'm very excited for them. So
I'm excited for Miro.
If they won, that would be fantastic. Well, yeah, I love Miro too.
I'm excited for Miro and House of Black. That's going to be
absolutely. Which that could be it. Malachi Black versus Miro at I almost said
Brody
Revolution.
King. I want more Brody King. I love me some Brody King.
For sure. But that could be something that could happen because they still, like I said, probably have a few more matches to announce.
Right.
But
sure.
I mean, honestly, I would be happy for Dark Order. So I'm just gonna say either one would be fantastic.
Oh yeah, I mean either way, it's gonna be good.
I can't take back my love for the Best Friends. I really want them to do well too.
It's surprising that I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
And then on the other side of the bracket, I'm sure is the talk of every Reddit wrestling forum and argument, and I am sure there are some neckbeards getting super sweaty at home right now, even as the words come out of my mouth, as I may damn Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks to possibly lose against Will Ospreay and the United Empire. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I'm just saying even the idea of me gracing God's green earth with the idea that Kenny Omega could ever lose.
Yeah.
Somebody's losing their mind right now.
Could you imagine, though?
Oh, my God, it would be...
It's just hard. It's hard to. Coming down to those are the last 4 teams, it's really hard to pick who's going to win. But I feel like...
Especially since these two teams are on one side of the bracket.
Yeah, which is really cool. They're not going to be facing each other
If they did cliche one on one side and one on the other, and they met in the finals...
You'd see
it from a mile away. Yeah, but that's way they did it is nice, where one of these teams is going to get eliminated, and... I haven't given it a lot of thought, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know who I could even pick.
It would be great no matter what. But, come on. When you see the obvious answer, it can't be Will Ospreay and Aussie Open. That would be ridiculous for these guys from a different company to come in, take the trios belt, and be like, ha ha ha. Although, what a heel move.
But what a way to fuel an even already epic rivalry between the two of them. Because Kenny Omega... it feels like he's got one up on Will Ospreay. He's always got a little bit more on Will. He passed NJPW down to Will Ospreay. Now he's in his company.
Yeah, let's talk about that one-on-one talk with Kenny Omega. If you haven't seen
the
Will Ospreay,
the after promo of Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay,
bruv.
You need to get on the internet, get on AEW. They posted it on their YouTube. It is some of the best talking that I've seen from Kenny Omega in a while. Although we haven't seen Kenny Omega in a while, so that doesn't really say much. But you need to go watch it. It's really good. It sets up, well, like I said, it sets up an already epic rivalry even more so than before.
They've just been building this up for
years.
So long.
Over different companies. This
isn't
even like
thing,
one company shtick. This is NJPW, AEW. I mean, it's so good.
It's crazy, but
and everyone in between. DDP.
Sure, but after all this talk and all this back and forth, that it's coming to them meeting this way is such an interesting dynamic.
Oh, for sure.
Because you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to build up to Will and Kenny coming out and fighting each other. And the pop that is going to happen, I mean, we can all see that 2 days in advance.
But are they going to do it on American soil, or are they going to do it on Japanese soil? Because that is a rivalry that was...
What do you mean, the match that's happening on Dynamite?
Oh, no. The rivalry between Omega and...
Well, I'm just saying their first meeting of this rivalry since, all this has gone down is in a trios match, which is incredible.
Sorry, I misunderstood what you're saying.
Oh, no, that's okay. But yeah, I mean, if that's what happens, it'd be cool to maybe do 2 out of 3 falls and have them in different places.
Between just the two of them, or...
Sure.
Oh, that would be...
Let's do Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega in the United States.
That's becoming like the new Iron Man match. Is the best 2 out of 3.
Yeah, but then you do one in Japan. You do one at NJPW. You do one at DDP, like you said.
No, you do one at AEW. You do one in DDT. DDP. Did I say DDP
No,
earlier?
I said DDP.
Okay, as long as you said it wrong. I don't know if you did,
but I said DDP.
I'll go back and edit it so I said DDT. And what we got next is Wardlow and FTR, the Pinnacle versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns.
I feel like we can't stop talking about this.
I marked out so hard for the Motor City Machine Guns. That was like when after I was a kid and was into wrestling and then got out of wrestling and then started hanging out with Jade Koth of all people, and he started showing me TNA wrestling, like an Impact, and that was when Motor City Machine Guns were at the height of the game. X Division, Suicide. Oh my God, it was so good. So I'm a mark for Motor City Machine Guns. I don't care. Alex Shelley and fucking Chris Sabin all day. Yeah. Anywhere they go, I will watch them because they are one of the best tag teams. One of the most underrated tag teams.
Absolutely.
I fucking love. And when they came out and they announced them, what was that, Wednesday, Friday? I don't remember. when Sanjay Dutt said that they're going to have friends from Motor City Machine Guns come help them, I was 12 years old all over again.
Yeah, I
it was
definitely
so good.
didn't see that coming, so that's exciting.
No, it caught me so
That's
off
exciting.
guard.
And then on Rampage, Chris Sabin actually came out with Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt.
Yes.
Well, that's super cool. Can't
Getting a
wait
little
for
old.
that.
Getting a little old, won't
Yeah,
lie.
well, I mean, we're all getting old, right?
No. I'm still as young and spry as the day I was born.
Yeah. So, what else can I say? Fantastic. Might be, actually, so far, is the match I'm most excited for.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. Who do you think is going to win?
I feel like I don't know. I'm going to go with, you got to go with your original guys here, and you got to go with Wardlow and FTR. FTR is just on fire. They've been winning everything.
7-star FTR.
7-star FTR and Wardlow.
So good.
Come on.
So good.
Come on.
Wardlow.
Next,
it's Wardlow's world.
Next, when we do a predictions one, maybe I'll have a better idea. But Tony Storm.
Oh, by the
versus...
way, I think that Wardlow and FTR is going to win.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just throw mine in there. Real quick.
Okay, and then we'll leave the prediction for another episode. Tony Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida.
What a...
I feel like they
the way
took all the women, and Tony Khan put them in a sombrero or something.
What, all 4 of the women that he put in there? Like, come on. This is like his
just pulled
top
them out of a
favorite
hat.
women. I don't
Yeah.
know. Especially given with what is rumored to have caused all this. I mean, Thunder Rosa's injured. She's dealing with she's got spinal.
Yeah, she's got a disc injury,
which is legit. Like, it is what it is.
I, of all people, understand that completely. I do too.
But it's
painful.
The way that rumors have sprawled on the back, and they're all dirt sheets. Who knows what's real? Nothing's real. Don't trust anything. Question everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors coming out about Thunder Rosa,
and there always has been, really.
Yeah.
And I hate bringing it up, but Ivelisse was one of the first ones a couple years ago to say something about, or last year about it, when her and Thunder Rosa wrestled, and it was just a shit show. It turned into like a big shoot.
Yeah.
And I guess there was a big problem in the back between the two of them. Mm-hmm. Then Ivelisse gets released not too long afterwards.
Right.
Whether it's related or not, probably, but
yeah,
it is what
course.
it is. She wasn't exactly a fan favorite either.
No.
But, fast forward a couple of years later, or a year later, and there's been multiple instances of Thunder Rosa just not having good matches. I mean, she had that amazing match with Britt Baker. The first match where that Britt Baker got that dope ass shirt from, and everything. Like that first match was amazing. I loved that match. It was a great match between the unsanctioned lights out match.
Absolutely.
But from then on, just subpar to okay wrestling from Thunder Rosa, no matter who she was wrestling. Mm-hmm. And she's injured a couple people. I know Jamie Hayter. Was it Jamie Hayter? Yeah, she got her nose broke.
Yep.
And I remember watching that. It was brutal. She got nailed in the face.
And now there's rumors coming out, which is somewhat hard to believe, but again, a lot of people saying that when Thunder Rosa broke Jamie Hayter's nose, Jamie ran into the backstage looking for Thunder Rosa, and she locked herself in the bathroom.
I've heard a lot of reports refuting that.
Yeah,
but
so
who knows?
I don't know.
But who knows what's true?
I really don't know, but I mean, it's a lot of things at one time coming out.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be like, oh, I didn't do any of these 5-6 different things I'm being accused of. That's kind of hard to believe.
And don't think we're hating on Thunder Rosa.
Oh, no, I love Thunder Rosa.
Both Jamie and I are pretty big fans of Thunder Rosa, so it's just disappointing to hear this. But of course, Thunder Rosa has come out and said that obviously they're all false. Understandably, everybody's going to come out and say that. It just sucks to hear. And I hope it's not true, because I really do enjoy Thunder Rosa. But, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, we've got those 4.
Yep, she's injured,
who do I think's going to win?
It's an interim situation again.
If we don't take into account that rumored has it that Tony Storm was supposed to win against Thunder Rosa,
right?
Not taking that into consideration, I can't see how they wouldn't put it on Tony Storm. I feel like the only other person that would make sense would be Britt Baker, and the other two would just be an out of left field, which I'm not saying they wouldn't win.
Sure. And the interesting thing here is 2 of these people have won the women's world championship before.
Right.
2 of them have never. So it's an interesting dynamic in that sense that we could be in a very similar John Moxley situation where you have the first person to win this twice, because I don't think anybody women-wise has won this twice.
No, I don't think no, because Britt Baker only had the one run, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, again, not doing predictions right away, but interesting dynamic. I have no clue who's going to win. Let's see what happens on the next couple episodes, because we don't have very long. It's what, this weekend? Yeah. This weekend. So we have
less than a week away.
One
It's
Dynamite,
Monday,
one Rampage.
It's Monday evening. We're actually in the middle of. We should be watching Raw, but we're gonna have to catch it on the replay tomorrow. But next match is gonna be the Casino Ladder match.
Nobody has been announced for that, which is interesting because I feel like you gotta throw a wild card in there too.
Captain Insano.
Yeah,
I'm calling my shot.
Do it.
I'm calling my shot. Paul White was talking about it a couple weeks ago. He was talking about it a couple months ago. They've secured the rights. They've got the get up already done. Yep. I want to see Captain Insano.
I'm into it.
It would make sense because that would be able to be a match for Paul White to come out, showcase the last couple things of him being, the giant, the big show.
Get some talk.
Paul White, get some, and plus it's Captain Insano. It's a throwback that a generation is going to recognize. So that would be cool.
Okay, I'm into that.
But I don't think actually it's a casino ladder match.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a casino. Oh, I thought it was a casino battle royale.
No, it is a ladder
Captain
match.
Insano's not coming out to that.
I don't know. We saw a big meaty men ladder match, and it was pretty goddamn.
It was
insane.
a half big meaty man. Who was that? It was Will Hobbs, Wardlow, and Keith Lee.
Mm-hmm.
That was his past Revolution.
Yes.
That was a good match.
Big meaty men can do a ladder match.
Orange Cassidy used them as a ladder.
Yeah, and then he got hurt really bad.
Oh, that's right. That was when Keith Lee threw him out and messed his shoulder up.
Beep, 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 beep.
That's going to sound great. So next is Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho in a singles match.
Yes. I think this is like maybe their third match against each other
ever.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think so. How long both of them were in WWE.
Yeah. I'll try to fact check that and maybe we'll splice that information in later, but yeah.
Yeah, tweet at us if you don't know. Or if you do know.
They're not one.
At CAW Wrestling Pod. Gotta get those cheap plugs
on
in.
Twitter. Yeah, please do.
On Twitter, Instagram, but I mean, honest to God, Instagram, I checked it for the first time today because I clicked that one instead of my own profile.
Just, throwing it out there. If you're on social media and you like wrestling, just Twitter. If you didn't have Twitter, I wasn't on Twitter for a long time. Twitter is where the wrestling news is at.
It's really hard to have an Instagram when you're an audio podcast.
Yeah, so we're not really doing anything other than that for right now.
But it's there. If you want to give us a follow and Instagram us out or tweet us on your story or Facebook us your Snapchat.
Do it. Yeah, so Bryan Danielson, Chris Jericho, that's going to be fun no matter what. Chris Jericho, the last few matches, has been hurt.
Chris Jericho's taken a beat
or another pretty bad.
He really has, and I really think this is not going to be much different.
That's why I'm kind of saying that, is I'm thinking it's going to be the same thing. I mean, Bryan's not afraid to get hurt, and
they're really trying to drag out as much as they can out of Chris Jericho.
I think that's exactly what it is. Let's just get as much as we can before he just starts doing announcing or something.
Or falls apart.
Yeah.
Or goes back to WWE, depending on what's going on with that.
I don't know. He said something the other day about oh no, that was John Moxley. But either way, Chris Jericho and John Moxley are pretty vocal about how much they do not like WWE.
Yeah, but money talks.
Or no, you think Chris Jericho's that hard up on cash?
No.
What would they do with him?
I mean, he's Le Champion.
Oh, God.
Moving on. That's an AEW gimmick.
Swerve in Our Glory versus The Acclaimed, which is another fantastic match that I cannot wait for.
I am so excited for this match.
This is a really good opportunity for both of them to show off. These are two tag teams that are just on top, super over, and super fantastic. You have, again, original AEW guys, The Acclaimed. Love them. Love their come up.
Everybody loves The Acclaimed.
How do you not love The Acclaimed? First
Scissor
off,
me daddy ass.
Yeah, first off, they got daddy ass in the corner.
Somebody tweet at Anthony Bowens and tell him that the Coffee and Wrestling podcast are behind them with Scissor Me Daddy Ass shirts.
Do we know that they don't have that already?
They said he said something about he's still trying to get that approved. He said #forbidden shirt.
Who, Anthony Bowens?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why I said it.
Pre-purchase.
I want it. Yeah, fuck
If you need us
yeah.
to do a pre-purchase,
You got
we got
2
it.
buys right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Guaranteed. I'll get one for my kids, so there you go, 3.
You're gonna get a Scissor Me Daddy ass shirt for our son. Or
No,
our
he'll
daughter.
destroy it. I'll give it to my daughter.
At any rate, can't wait to see it. Original, like I said, AW tag team, the Acclaimed versus new and very interesting Swerve in Our Glory.
I really
Super
think
nice guy versus guy that's gonna turn on.
he's going to
Keith Lee
turn
at
on
any
Keith Lee.
moment.
He's going to turn on. This is when he turns on Keith Lee.
You think this?
I think he's turning on Keith Lee, and the Acclaimed are walking away as the AEW
I would be happy
tag
with that.
champions.
I would be happy with that. But again, this is not the time to discuss what you think is going to happen. No, we'll do a final predictions one at the end. I'm just messing with you.
I know.
Right before it happens. And from there we have Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage. It's like a slow burner.
Yeah, it's been over a couple months now.
Yeah, ever since Christian Cage took over Luchasaurus for a few weeks.
He stepped up his game on running his mouth. Good God, those
Christian
promos
Cage?
those promos
my
were
God.
scathing.
When Jungle Boy came back, he really stepped up his promos too.
Oh yeah.
What do you call him, a pussy?
Oh yeah. He ran around with a shirt that said Christian is a pussy.
Yeah, fantastic. So that's going to be an interesting one. I'm sure Luchasaurus is going to be there standing by Jungle Boy's side.
Oh yeah.
Then we have... I was really hoping they were going to do this. My boy, Ricky Starks, a.k.a. Ricky Starks, versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs, watching him come up has been one of the most entertaining stories
been awesome.
in my mind, because when we first started watching AEW, Powerhouse Hobbs was on dark elevation. Nothing against that. I think that's an absolute great stepping stone and a great place to help people step up. But that's what he was doing, was just taking the bumps.
And
letting the other people just, bounce him around.
His promo skills were not there. He had the way he spoke, like the way that he would actually speak, like how he talked. It was very it was very gangster sounding. It was very, melting words together and kind of having that sneer, smug look on your face. And it's changed since then. Dramatically,
it's very elevated.
It's you can understand everything he's saying.
Oh,
It doesn't he doesn't use slang that often, but he still is able to deliver that power that he was able to deliver before.
Absolutely.
But doing it the right way with the right words, and it's so nice to see him not only that way, but physically, he has gotten in 10 times his better shape. He was big when he got there, but he was thickness. He didn't he had a lot of muscle. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a small guy. I could fit inside him like he was a robot, but he, it wasn't fit. It was just big.
Right.
And now he is fit and big.
Right.
He looks amazing. He sounds good.
And his performance is just on point.
Oh yeah. It's been great. How he's just so fierce when he's in the ring.
Yeah.
When he hit Ricky with that right across the neck, it was it looked like he took his head off his shoulders.
Watching it on TV.
Oh yeah. Every time he does that slam, oh my God, it looks like
that slam is intense. And I don't think he holds back in the slightest. There's no way that doesn't hurt incredibly bad. Spinal. What a legendary match.
And then Ricky Starks just pouring in the emotion into this match and really you really get that feeling like Hobbs betrayed him.
Absolutely.
He put everything he had.
Story,
Yeah, and he's it was really good last week.
Right when I lost my championship, you betrayed me,
Right, at my worst
what a comeback
moment.
story, yeah, for sure.
But what a challenge he's going to have in this match. Will Hobbs is a big. We just talked about it. He's a big dude. He's
a big
twice
dude.
the size of Ricky.
But it's amazing what people can do when they're just torn apart and betrayed. I have a feeling that Ricky's going to be putting on a really good show.
And the last confirmed match that we have for AEW's All Out this Sunday, which is going to make me way too tired for Monday morning work, but it's okay.
Monday's going to suck.
Yes, that will be a topic someday. Is Jade Cargill versus Athena for the AEW TBS Championship. And I thought she had that title for a year. I was wrong. She just got into her first full year.
Of wrestling.
Right,
okay. Correct.
Big girl wrestling.
Yep, she's been wrestling for a year. She has gone undefeated.
Since January, and she is 36-0.
So this is not the big 4-0.
It is not, but it is still 37, or it could be the end of her streak. Could Athena dethrone that bitch?
I mean, storyline or wrestling wise?
What's the difference?
Okay, storyline? I don't know. I hope. I don't know if there's enough steam and people realize really how good Athena is. Wrestling, Athena could whoop her ass. I'm sorry, Jade. Please don't hurt me.
So it is confirmed that Athena can whoop Jade Cargill's ass, and Athena and Jade Cargill could whoop your ass.
Oh, God, yeah. And also, like, what really throws me off...
Pretty sure both those women could kick my ass, to be honest with you.
For sure. Have you seen Athena and Jade? They are ripped. But what really throws a wrench in everything, you know, Jade is undefeated, but they broke Athena's wings.
They didn't break them things. They fucking shattered them things.
They broke them.
And she made those.
She did. This is Ricky Starks all over again.
Could you imagine that conversation?
Betrayed.
Could you imagine that conversation in Tony Khan's office? Hey, Athena,
Hopefully
about
he was like,
those wings.
Hopefully he was like, in a month, we're going to smash them. Because she's got to come out at the pay-per-view with something new.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Come on.
For sure. She's going to have some epic-ass wingspan looking like she's flying down from the sky, from the rafters.
But her and Keith Lee are all about the anime, all about the genre of that.
I've heard that's all Keith Lee watches is anime.
Yeah, there was an...
Which props, because I can't do it.
I want to say it was Hey
EW with RJ City.
Yeah.
That guy I want to slightly beat into a wall.
He's hysterical. But I want to say it was one of the interviews with him, and he asked Keith Lee something about a movie or a TV show, and Keith Lee like paused for a second, and he looked at RJ. He's like, "That's not an anime."
Was he implying that all he watches is anime?
Correct.
Oh
he said that's all he wears too, is just like anime t-shirts.
That's great.
So yeah, Athena might be able to come up with the resilience and the strength to defeat her. I don't know.
If she starts charging her power now,
I
by
just hope
next episode,
yes,
she
Dragon
should be
Ball
ready.
Z. She should be ready.
Next time on Dynamite.
I hope people can really appreciate the fact that Athena is by far one of the best talented women in the AW roster.
I can agree with that.
By far. Fantastic. So, we'll see what happens. So, again, that is the last match that is confirmed.
Right. There's always...
But we can't stop there.
There's always Wednesday, there's always Friday. Tony Khan loves pulling stuff out of his butt.
Sure.
Like you said, there's always usually a pre-show.
You're going to tell me that Jon Moxley's not going to face
Rumor has it.
somebody?
I feel like every time we fire up these microphones, I have to say rumor has it about 10 times.
Rumor has it
that it is still planned for AEW All Out to be headlined by CM Punk versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Champion.
Right. In Chicago.
In Chicago. Which the last time that there was a pay-per-view in Chicago,
CM Punk lost
twice.
Twice in his hometown.
Twice. And
which
Jon Moxley's coming fresh off a 3-minute, less than 3 minute just destruction of a man. It was worse than his UFC career. I didn't say that.
Yeah, it happened in the same place.
Did it really?
Yeah, his debut UFC match and that both happened in Cleveland.
Oh, that's awful. Mm-hmm. Now, we did get a little bit of, and we're going to bring the whole wall down.
Yeah, let's do it.
We did get a little bit of backstage footage, I guess, of CM Punk.
Yeah, that was really a stretch to call it footage. That was like
the way they sold it and the way they gave it were two different things. It was like when your mom tells you this is grape flavored Dimetapp and that tastes like shit.
Yep, Shinfo.
But yeah, he made it sound like his foot had broken again, just like
kind
the
of
last
implied,
time.
Meh,
Which
a
I think
little
that
bit.
was kind of the point of him screaming and shouting in the ring.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't necessary. I feel like that whole backstage thing was like, well, why'd you do that?
Yeah, you could have
It was
had
for the ratings.
You could have had. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely was for the. I'm 100% for the ratings.
Yeah, it was weird.
But I'll tell you what, it definitely
Very
match,
short.
that less than 3 minute match did, and I know, I mean, everything's about ratings in wrestling. It did increase the amount of viewers from just over 1 million to 1.2 and change.
Okay, well then there you go.
And then almost
For the
instantly, as time progressed, it slowly slid off.
Okay. Well,
But
it'll be
it did
interesting
attract.
to see what happens.
It did attract an extra 200,000 people.
It'll be interesting to see because technically CM Punk would have the right to challenge for the title because he just lost. Although Hangman Page
Right.
never got his opportunity to because CM Punk has only wrestled one match and it was 3 minutes.
CM Punk also recently called out Adam Page unceremoniously on Wednesday night, unbeknownst to anybody else in the back, including Hangman, including Tony Khan. Went completely off script with it. It would be interesting to see if this is, again, a work. Like, all of this is work. I mean,
It's so good, it's so hard to tell. And I feel like, on top of that, you want to go ahead and say what you were just going to say? On top of that, talking about work, is MJF going to come back?
I was going to bring that up. That has been, if my theory is this, is if MJF doesn't even get mentioned by the time All Out is done and over with, I'm calling it not a work.
Fair.
If he doesn't come out at one of
Fair.
their biggest pay-per-views out of the 4 they have, there's no way that it's not that it's a work.
Because this is their WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know we
All
say
Out's their
that
big
all
one.
the time, but it really is. It was.
Yeah, it's their big one. And how long has MJF been out?
He's been out
90 days?
90 days. Actually, yeah. Wednesday will be the day after the 90th day.
So this week, he has been up for 90 days. Perfect way to just kind of throw in,
90-day
I've
suspension.
been out 90 days. I'm back. It could go John versus CM Punk. It could go John versus Hangman. It could go John versus MJF and CM Punk and Hangman. I don't know. But it's just interesting that we're literally this close and there's no main event.
No, there's not been a clear one, at least. Unless this is the card they're
strangest
running.
thing.
I can't see them not putting the world title on the line. Not with how much.
And John Moxley being who John Moxley is, he defends this thing left and right
yeah.
and center.
Oh, yeah. The drop
He's
of a
a
hat.
defending champ. Like, there's no way he's not going to the pay-per-view to defend
He
it.
is AEW Superman right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He may not sell the most shirts, but that man is
I'm sure he does.
number one in so many places. Because everywhere he goes, at GCW, JCW,
NJPW.
NJPW, I mean...
He just kills it.
Yeah. It's
If anything, his career's only gone up since he left WWE.
And then ever since AEW, like, the people, every time that music hits, every time that raunchy ass guitar hits,
people go ape shit, and they should. And if you haven't read John Moxley's book, granted I haven't finished it, I'm going to read it on our vacation coming up. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal to hear like all the things that he's done since he left, WWE, and the challenges he's put himself up to be where he is, to get sober and to come back from all of that. It's just been an incredible ride to see how far he's come since he was Dean Ambrose.
oh yeah,
He's a totally fucking different person.
oh yeah, and I know
if you don't watch AEW, I guess it'd be weird to listen to this, but if you don't, really, John Moxley is an incredible run in AEW, and he's such
even
a
his run in
pivotal
WWE was
person.
amazing. Like when
I enjoyed
when
it.
he debuted with the Shield, like that made me lose my
that was
shit. That was
great.
like, what the fuck? This is like old school reminiscence, like 90s
Yeah.
raw. Like,
coming out from the crowd.
Yeah, for no reason and no explanation, attacking people.
The whole like military entrance.
Yep, the every like all the same thing, the same
get
uniform,
up,
like
the
unrelenting
phonetic spelling of like shield.
Yep. Or the it's not phonetic, it's
I'm sorry.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a thing, and it really did, like, it set a standard for a faction in wrestling. You couldn't just have, you could have a bunch of random people thrown together, but their dynamic had to be just right, and they nailed that one.
Just right. There was no guy there.
And look at him now. Look at him now.
Succeed.
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is the top dog. He's been the top dog for like 2 years. Seth Rollins is not too far behind him.
Nope.
And then John Moxley's been killing in AEW and everywhere else on the indie scene and NJPW. Like, nothing but good stuff.
Yeah. So there's just, again, no way that John Moxley is not defending his title at All Out. But weird, just days before the pay-per-view. Something's happening at Dynamite this week. John Moxley's coming out of Dynamite, and it just says, we'll hear from the undisputed AEW World Champion, John
Undisputed.
Moxley. I mean, Undisputed. He did. But, I mean, if let's just say it's CM Punk, okay? That's the obvious answer.
Go with the cliche.
CM Punk comes out, oh, man, it was my foot, whatever. Okay, I want my challenge. Okay. You just going to have the same match?
Oh, no.
There's got to be some kind of crazy stipulation, especially between the two of them.
Oh, yeah. Especially the main event.
They're not afraid. Yeah, they're both not afraid to be in these stipulation matches. Again, we saw MJF and CM Punk at Revolution, and they did the dog collar match, which was
brutal,
gory, brutal, insane. So there's no way that something is not going to happen like that.
No,
it's just the two of them.
Tony has got something up his sleeve, and he is probably being held down by lawyers and Mark Henry and Billy Ass as he's trying to tweet out what he's got planned.
They haven't said anything.
No.
It's been great, honestly.
No, and he's got something planned. He is rubbing his hands just waiting to drop this newest bomb of information. And we all go, whoa!
Oh, yeah. Because we're suckers.
Sorry about your ears. So, yeah. I think that'll probably do it for this episode.
Yeah, I think obviously Dynamite's happening in a few days after we record this, so there's probably going to be a few more matches that are going to be added to the card, and
which we might not be able to get on, but we will try to get it on depending on when, because it's a busy weekend.
Yep, we're going to try to do hopefully a not speculation, but predictions of all the matches of AEW and WWE. So tomorrow, after we record this, we are going to be doing the same thing with Clash at the Castle and watching Raw because we completely missed it.
Yeah, we should be watching it right now, and we've missed 2/3 of it. So we're going to finish up this podcast. Check us out on Twitter at CAW Wrestling Pod. You can find me at Gunk Dudley.
And you can find Jamie at A Bacon Party.
Thank you for
joining us. Why did I say it like that?
I don't know. I tried not to laugh, but you sounded like a robot. I promise. I don't have a robot for a wife. She is not an animated character on my desktop.
Yes.
Don't at me or at me.
Please share this. Please tell your friends about us.
Yes, please. Word of mouth gets out so much faster than anything else. Or tweet about us. Any way you can get the word out.
We have a lot of content coming up in the next week.
We do. We have at least...
we're going to be covering Clash at the Castle. We're going to be covering All Out. We're going to be doing some predictions before both shows happen.
We're going to start doing live listen-throughs to pay-per-views and legendary matches, whether it be AEW, WWE, ROH,
ECW,
NJPW, ECW, everything.
It may be.
Anything that's a good match. Even if you guys have a suggestion for us to watch,
please
send us our way on Twitter, like I said, at CAW Wrestling Pod. And check out our website coffeeandwrestling.com. You can find all our links to our social media. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We will catch you next time.